Bhadman came at night to sleep with his new stepdaughter. She has been living in his house for 2 weeks now after Bhadman married her mother, completely unaware that the marriage was nothing more than his plan to get close to her. The lady is shocked to find her new stepfather on her bed at such a late hour, making advances toward her, and she threatens to scream if he persists. He hurriedly tries to calm her to keep her from waking her mother in the next room, then starts to reveal his inappropriate feelings for her. He reveals that his marriage to her widowed mother was never out of love, but a scheme to get close to her, confessing that he had always wanted her, though he knew her mother would never allow it. Unwilling to give in to his advances, the lady pleads with him to let go of whatever feelings he has for her and focus on her mother, reminding him that she needs all the love and care she can get after recently losing her husband. When love strays onto the wrong path, every step toward redemption becomes a battle between the heart and conscience. Ignoring the lady's resistance, he moves toward her and desperately pleads for her acceptance, vowing to give her a better life if she surrenders to his advances. Blinded by desire, he traded love for obsession, not realizing some lines, once crossed, can never be redrawn. Believing her stepfather will honor his promises and confident their actions will stay hidden, she gradually surrenders to his desires. By yielding to her stepfather's promises, she not only betrayed the trust of the woman who raised her, but also unraveled the sacred blessings of her mother's marriage, turning what should have been love and protection into deceit and destruction. The next morning, the lady sits on the couch with her mother, deep in conversation, when a sudden knock at the door interrupts them. She walks over to the door to open it, leaving her mother behind on the couch, waiting for her return. She opens the door to find Bhadman stepping in, and thrilled at the sight of her, he rushes to hug her, paying no attention to his wife sitting on the couch. He hands her the gift box, secretly fulfilling the promise he made to her the night before, all without her mother's knowledge. Surprised by what the box might hold, and realizing he has just fulfilled his promise to her, the lady quickly opens it at the door and, delighted by its contents, thanks him with a hug, silently receiving the gift of her betrayal. She goes to show the gift to her mother, but ends up teasing her, before retreating to her room to examine the box. Bhadman takes a seat beside his wife on the couch, weighed down by the troubles of his day, only for her to gently ask if he remembered to get her anything. Disregarding her feelings, he lets out a cunning laugh and sarcastically asks his wife if she thinks she's a little girl entitled to a gift simply because he gave one to her daughter. Generosity for one does not justify neglect for another. Showing no remorse, he tells his wife that the gift was meant solely for her daughter, insisting it was a way to win her over as a stepfather. Deceit dressed as affection can hide the darkest intentions. His wife argues that he could have gotten her a gift too, given he was already at the shop, but he rises and walks away, shutting down the conversation. His wife remains seated on the couch, stunned by his actions, completely unaware that a hidden affair has just started with someone she would least expect. 3 days later, Bhadman's affair with his stepdaughter has blossomed into a relationship, with both openly sharing and acting on their forbidden desires. With his wife out of the house, they seize the chance to pursue their hidden romance, masking it as a bond between father and stepdaughter. The door opens and his wife walks in, horrified by the sight, and angrily pushes her daughter away from her husband's lap. She shouts at her daughter, insisting that she has no right to sit on her husband's lap, regardless of any claim of bonding. No bond can justify crossing boundaries that betray trust and respect. The lady tries to defend herself, lying to her mother that she meant no harm by sitting on Bhadman's lap, and only did so because she now sees him as a father. A lie may mask intentions, but it can never erase the truth of wrongdoing. Bhadman adds his voice to support her lie, but his wife, unwilling to accept any explanation, pushes their daughter and orders her out of the room. She sits back on the couch and calmly warns her husband not to engage in such behavior with their daughter, emphasizing that it is improper and shows a complete lack of respect for her. Respect in a home begins with boundaries. Crossing them betrays trust and honor. Bhadman attempts once more to deceive his wife, insisting that he is merely trying to build a bond with their daughter and has no intention of harming her. To his shock, his wife remains unwavering, firmly instructing him to keep his distance from their daughter, or she will leave the marriage. Realizing that his wife is serious about leaving the marriage, he agrees to stay away from their daughter and leans in to reassure her of his love. No woman ever wants to compete for her man's affection, not even with her own child. Satisfied that her message has been received and her husband has agreed to follow her rules, she stands and heads to the bedroom to rest. In the harshest of ways, Bhadman realizes that he must end his affair to save the marriage he had originally entered, only to fuel that very affair. 2 weeks later, Bhadman has kept his word and stayed away from his stepdaughter, unaware that his absence has sparked a deep sense of jealousy as she misses him. Throughout their forbidden affair, the lady developed feelings for him, and the attention and care he showed her convinced her that she needed to fight to win back his affection. She decides to take action, determined to win his heart back. On that very day, Bhadman and his wife are seated on the couch, their attention fixed on her phone. With Bhadman's affair on hold, he and his wife have grown closer, sharing love and always staying in each other's arms, just as she has always desired. Their daughter walks in carrying a tray with 2 glasses of fruit juice and sets it down on the table to greet them. They are both surprised to see the drinks, having not requested them, and with a smile, she picks up 1 glass from the tray and hands to Bhadman. She then picks up the second glass and hands it to her mother, smiling as she urges them both to drink it immediately. She perches at the edge of the couch near Bhadman, causing her mother to quickly remind her of the warning to keep her distance from him. Bhadman swiftly steps in, asking his wife to let their daughter sit where she pleases, insisting she just wants to be close to her father, and then urges them to enjoy their drinks. Accepting a drink blindly can open doors to hidden dangers. They both take a sip from their glasses, while the lady sits nearby, watching them with a sinister satisfaction on her face. Unbeknownst to them, the daughter had slipped a deadly substance into her mother's drink, hoping to end her life and win her stepfather's love. Ambition and desire, when twisted, can turn love into a weapon. Bhadman's wife starts coughing lightly as the substance in her drink begins to take effect on her body. She asks her daughter if she had checked the expiry date of the drink, thinking her sudden discomfort might be caused by that, and her daughter reassures her that the drinks are still good. Sometimes danger hides in what seems perfectly safe. Trust wisely, even in the familiar. Bhadman's wife starts coughing violently as the substance takes stronger effect, sending Bhadman into a panic. He desperately tries to help her regain control. For the sake of a forbidden affair, she poisoned her own mother to claim a man who was never meant to be hers. Noticing her mother's death, she clutches Bhadman tightly, urging him to direct all his attention toward her, as the obstacle that once stood between them is gone. Obsession can drive the heart to commit acts that shatter morality and destroy lives. Seeing that Bhadman's attention is still on his wife, the lady confesses to him that she poisoned her mother just to be with him, insisting that they should be celebrating rather than mourning. Shocked by the horrifying revelation, Bhadman screams at the lady in anger, demanding space as he gets up to leave the couch. He tells the lady that he has no intention of being with someone desperate enough to take her own mother's life in the name of love. This is a lesson to everyone. Obsession destroys. Allowing desire and obsession to override morality can lead to irreversible tragedy. Deception has consequences lies and manipulation, even for selfish gain, ultimately backfire. Crime does not reward. Attempting to achieve personal desires through harm to others leads to rejection and regret. Thank you for watching this video. Please share this video and comment where you are watching from.